A university is many things to many people.
Can you briefly introduce yourself and explain the role of ecosystem energy at U of T?
Absolutely. So my name is Connor Wilson, and I'm a construction manager with Ecosystem Energy. But Ecosystem is actually working under the joint venture called Pivot. And our job is working on the University of Toronto's Project LEAP, which is to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions on campus by 50% by the year, I believe it's 2027, 2028.
Okay, amazing. How is the building being currently used, and how long have the company been working here?
Great question. So currently the building is being used as our construction site office. So this houses all of the staff that is working on Project LEAP right now. And also this includes engineers who are part of the design, drafters who are part of bringing those ideas to life, and then also includes the construction managers and the site supervision as well, plus any materials that we need to help us complete our job. And sometimes that includes doing safety orientations here, meeting with contractors, and just basically being a headquarters for Project LEAP.
Great. And as a current user, and someone who works in construction, what's your understanding of the building since you've been here a while working in here?
Well, as we were discussing before, this building actually has a very deep history, and our understanding is that it wasn't always a construction site office, that in fact when it was first built and first intended to be an observatory, a state-of-the-art piece of cutting-edge research back many, many years ago. And then I know not too long ago, this was once the university student union or something along those lines. And then once COVID-19 pandemic hit, and also the university's extremely big vision for their landmark project to completely transform the front campus, I believe the constructor for that one, they needed nothing short of a small army to complete that project. And we can see the results right now of how much front campus has changed. So that they used the observatory as their headquarters. So for many years, it changed over from being the students' union to the construction headquarters for this landmark project. Now that project has come to a close and Project LEAP is now up and running. So now that has been transferred over to become a site office for a different project. But it wasn't always a construction site office. And as we can see, as we'll go through the building, that the university is intending to change its use again. That this building is constantly in motion. This building, even from actually being physically moved at one point in time, to changing hands and changing uses as the university needs it to.
Amazing. And as you basically mentioned, there's news that this building is going to have some major changes soon. Can you speak more about what you know about it or any changes that are currently happening to the site?
It's a great question. So I'm not 100% sure what the exact changes are going to look like, but we can already see from the different site visits that the university has done, the different people and different stakeholders that have come to site, what we realize is that things are moving quickly, that this building will be changed over quickly to its new intended use. We're not 100% sure what that use is going to be. All we know is that our time as a construction site office is quite limited. So I'm sure the next time you come here, it might actually be an active construction site, which will be very exciting, and I'm also excited to see what it becomes next. Alas, you'll have to ask someone closer to the university real estate group to find out a little bit more on what it will become very shortly.
Amazing.
And I guess to ask like some other questions more casually, like the history about this building, is this something that you already knew when you came to this like site, or is it like a additional research that you kind of had to do?
That's a good question. I didn't think much of the observatory before we moved in here, but as we've moved in and as we've seen the old facade and how it, and then also the dome that usually gets painted every year by the engineering students, made us want to learn a little bit more about our current home, on what did it used to be, why is it here on campus, and also to understand the state that it was in as well. When we first moved in here as a construction site office for Project LEAP, it was evident that the building was maybe not the most well maintained for those years. It was a construction site office for this landmark project. As I said, it wasn't like the building was falling down or anything, but just the cleanliness and the state that the other project had left it in. It made you wonder what this building was, or what the university's desire for it was, and why it had reached this condition, and was there plans to revitalize it in the future. So it definitely, I didn't think much of it. I just knew it was the place that engineers painted all the time. But now, having worked here, it does encourage delving deeper into the history and learning something new.
And then one last question is, because I'm pretty sure, is the Project LEAP is still like ongoing?
Correct.
So once you're kind of leaving this site, like do you know where else you'll be moving to?
It's actually
campus?
That's a great question, and actually we're currently working with the project management team at the University of Toronto to find us a new home. So there's a couple front-running locations, so hopefully we'll get it finalized and actually figure out where our new home is so that we can get out of here, and then the construction can get well underway for this building, and as we said, to the exciting process of figuring out what it will become and what the vision is for it in the future.
Yeah, I think that's all the questions we have. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
All right.